When I was scolding your fathers for the more carnal.
More carnal at this time.
Not carnal, but more carnal.
More carnal.
Yes, of course.
Because we're in the process of our...
In the process of sanctification is to understand that everything must be laid down to Elohim, and it's not an easy way.
No.
It's not an easy way. These are suffering. This is suffering that make us change.
Yes,
This
because we will learn from all our suffering. We will learn from this.
And when we understand the process of suffering,
From those.
which is a purification, which is like the beloved Shaul say, which is a righteous judgment from Elohim, or what we encounter, then we realize that it doesn't come by coincidence.
No.
This we say is to purge out of us. It is part of the atonement. Part of the atonement. If we want to have the life in Yeshua, we must be partaker on his process of atonement. He suffered for us, so we will also suffer. But he suffered, he was righteous. He suffered, he suffered, he was righteous. We suffer because of our righteousness of the past, which must be purged out of our life. And if we let the Ruach bring that into our life, to lead us into our life, step by step, we will enjoy the way of purification. And the more we enjoy the way of purification, the more we go in the process of sanctification, the more we grow in understanding. The more we grow in understanding and discernment. The more we grow in understanding and discernment. Mm-hmm. This is through the process of sanctification. Yeah. This means that the world has less and less impact in our life, but the life of Mashiach has more impact in our life. Mm-hmm. You see? So we let something behind us, which is from the world, to take something which is not from this world, but come through Mashiach. You see? And this is very important. This is important to understand. This is why when you go in an assembly where there is no teaching on the Torah, you have no growth. You have no growth. And all this has nothing to do with salvation. It has to do with the way to please Elohim. We can go in an assembly, have no growth, and stay there 10 years, no change.
That's why when I went to born again Christian, I love the music, but I like the music, but after that, it's nice when you're in the church, but when we go out, the excitement is no more.
Yeah, it's the way they attract people in Christianity. You can see, you go in the different churches, and they have a big music system, and mostly worldly, the same way like it is in the world. Say the text with...
You go in the bedroom to play.
Judaism today, I think that for Judaism everything is perfect.
Yeah.
In this world. They are waiting for, make a big lesson, waiting for the Mashiach. But if we read the Haftarah from this parasha, Kedoshim, we see that Yehovah is complaining with Ezekiel to tell them that they didn't do what it was required, that they broke the Shabbat. You see, we're going to look at that. It's very interesting, because the Shabbat is the center of everything. It is through the Shabbat that Yehovah sanctifies people. Now we can discuss, is it the Saturday Shabbat, is it the lunar Shabbat? We can discuss about that. But the Shabbat is a day of rest, and we are in Egypt. And I believe the Saturday Shabbat is really the picture of Shabbat in Egypt. Bondage. Mm-hmm. Bondage. Because it's not the true Shabbat. Mm. The Saturday Shabbat is not the true Shabbat. It is how can we say? It is the Shabbat agreement with the Roman Catholic Church. You keep Sunday, we keep Saturday. Yeah, so it is. So it is in reality. Because we know that these Shabbat do not follow the rules of the calendar. If everyone agree that the Chodesh, the new moon,
Yeah, everyone agree with it.
whether with first crescent or conjunction, is the beginning of the month, and everyone agree with that, Judaism, Messianic, and others agree on that, then we need to realize that every month is an entity on itself. Every month is an entity on itself. It counts for itself. Every month, everything starts anew. And we know that because Jehovah said to Moshe, and this month shall be the first of the month. In the book of Shemot. He tells Moshe, he said, this month shall be the first of this month. This is the month of Avi. It is the first. So all the others are following. So we have to wait for the month of Aviv to start, the first month. Now, in Shemot 20, we are commanded to work 6th day and on the 7th day to rest. These commandments. And in Shemot 31, it is told us that it is through the Shabbat that Jehovah sanctified his people. And that is a covenant. It is not only, it is a covenant between Jehovah and his people. So, if now the new moon fall on the Gregorian Roman Catholic calendar on Tuesday, how can I work 6 days as it is commanded and rest the 7th day? Because from Tuesday to Saturday there is no 6 days. So I will break the commandments. Up, we ignore that. Up, we don't want to see. Up, we put it by side. Why? Because the Jew keep the Saturday Shabbat. But nobody wants to see that the Jew changed his calendar. In 353, under the Hillel II. Nobody wants to see that. And even Jews know that this is not the right calendar. You see, I guess we can only look for ourselves. The process of sanctification is also to take the things back to the Torah. Back to the Torah. Because sin is to miss the mark. To miss the mark. To miss the mark. This means I take my bow with my arrow and I throw on something and I miss it. So I have to return to the true path of the Torah. This is what it is. We have to go back to the Torah and not to follow man's made doctrine. Okay. I know today is very difficult because we really are in Egypt. We are in the wilderness. It is all spiritual matter. We are in Egypt. We are in the bondage. Egypt is represented by the system of the governments in the world. This is Egypt.
The wilderness, what is this?
The wilderness is the wilderness of life. Is what we the scarcity, how to apply the Torah in our life. This is the wilderness.
Because if that you are nobody will, only the Ruah will lead you for that.
Yes, but we know that the promise was to go into a land which flows with milk and honey.
Yeah.
What is milk and honey?
Milk?
Is that because the milk is flowing through the...
It's a metaphor. Then.
Yeah, it is a metaphor. Milk and honey is the Torah.
The Torah.
The Torah. This means I bring you in a land where the Torah will rule your life. Today we are not. We are in the wilderness because it's not the Torah which rules our life.
No.
It is the world who try to entangle us into their own system.
Yes.
More and more putting again new and new laws to control the people. You see. So we have to do the best of our ability to do what we can. And this is how the process of sanctification play an important role. Okay, every one of us know that you should not kill. It's easy. Yeah, kill is a sin. Everyone knows. You don't have to teach the people to know that to kill a people is a sin or is bad. Bad and sin. Yeah, sin is bad, bad is sin. So everyone in the world knows that killing a people is sin, whatever reason. Okay. Stealing is the same. In the Western world, committing adultery is also a sin, and everyone knows. If somebody goes with the wife from the neighbor, he knows that he's doing something which is not good. Okay. You see, and this is what Paul said in Romans chapter 2 when he said that the Goyim, the nation who have not the Torah on themselves, our Torah unto themselves, which show the Torah written in their heart. It's not the 613 commandments written in their heart. They are the commandments from the 10 words. From you shall honor your father and your mother, up down, you shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not envy. You understand? That is the commandment which are written in the heart of every man on earth. Every man. And it works in his conscience. It works in his conscience. It's not written in the mind. It's written in the conscience of mankind. Since Mashiach went back to the Father, there is no excuse. There is no more excuse. And this is what it's important for us who claim to be Torah observant, to learn in the Torah how can I go into the process of sanctification. And this process is all around us. I was reading from Yashanet to say, if somebody say, I can keep the commandments and not sin, does this mean that I set apart my life? For instance, they say, if I sit on the table and eat only kosher food, I don't sin because I eat, but I eat in over measure. You understand? I eat. Does it sanctify my life? No. I sanctify the carnal appetite.
Flesh, yeah.
You understand? So it's not because I do not sin that I sanctify my life. It's not because I do not sin that I sanctify my life.
Yeah.
Because it's more deeper. And the way to sanctify the life is what Yeshua say. You shall love Yehovah, you will love your heart, with your soul, with your mind. And the second one, you shall love your neighbors as yourself. This is where we come to the deepest point of sanctification. Because to love his neighbor means I will in no way do harm to my neighbor. In no way. This means by Lashon Hara, of course by stealing, or speaking evil, and even our thoughts. This is a process of Kedushim. It's not easy. It's not easy because we have been trained in a world where everything is possible. Everything is possible. Immorality is rampant everywhere. Immorality, which is counted as legal. You can do it, it's no problem. It's even protected, like we say with the gay. Even protected today. You see? So,
There's the